And good afternoon everybody, and welcome to Cough for That. I am your host Mark Dutton from absolutely biblical freezing New Jersey. This is, like I said, Cough for That. When Liverpool have played FC Porto in the last 16, second leg of their Champions League tie. So let's get straight into it, as it is going to be a state of emergency in good old freezing New Jersey today, when tonight we are supposedly going to get about a foot and a half of snow. Sound. So thought I'd bring you to a field tonight where I am having practice with my girls team. So they are braving the conditions, but like I said, from midnight tonight it is going to be insane weather conditions, and you can probably hear the wind battering the field as we speak, and you'll be able to hear practices and see practices going on off in the background of the brave souls that have come out tonight. Anyway, moving on to the team news. So what did we have tonight in relation to team news? We had Loris Karius in goal. Right back, returning Joe Gomez. Centre half partnership of Matip and Lovren. Left back, Alberto Mondeo Moreno. Pretty much first choice last season, I would say. Midfield three of Jordan Henderson, captain. James Milner, vice captain. And audible, disgusting, nasty Emre Can. Like I said, he will remain on that tag until he signs a new contract, which I don't think he will. So he's going to stay like that. We went with a front three of Sadio, the goal machine Mane, playing with Roberto Firmino, and on the left he played Adam Lallana. If ever a player was in need of 90 minutes, it was Adam Lallana. So, you know, Porto really needed to set down a marker in the game early, and you know what? Early on in the game, they looked a threat. They looked dangerous. They attacked well. They got over the top. They actually got in behind Liverpool's last season's start of the season failing defense a couple of times. They got in behind, and on another day, if their striker who's just come back from injury was a little sharper, they may have scored a goal, maybe 2 goals, and that would have really put a bit of spice into the tie. But they huffed and puffed a little bit. Liverpool survived, very much similar to the way that it happened in Porto. Liverpool survived the opening 15 minutes, and you know, Karius came for a few balls and commanded his 18-yard box very well. Again, Liverpool after 20 just put it up a gear. A couple of good balls down the right, some good overlapping play by Joe Gomez in this game. Puts a couple of crosses into the box. Sadio Mane attacks across to the back post. He gets his studs on it. It goes over the bar by an inch. Mane again off another good ball into the box. Cuts inside, strikes the ball beautifully, and it hits the post. Casillas, the former Real Madrid and Champions League legend, was beaten all ends up. And that was basically the first half. It was a lot of what ifs. There wasn't much spice in the game. There wasn't crazy tackles. It was a very professional first half. Jurgen Klopp came out in his interview this week, and he basically said, you know, it's half time in the tie. You know, we've gone in basically at half time 5-0 up. This second leg is the second half, so we'll see how we get on. But defensively, we looked well. Again, you know, you always think that this defense is prone to a mistake, and I'm talking about the defense that was on the field, not the defense that has the likes of Robinson in it, Trent Alexander-Arnold, Virgil van Dijk. But Karius made a couple of good saves first half. Saves that you'd expect him to make. Defensively, I don't know about Gomez. He looked a little vulnerable. There was a couple of times where I thought he could have done better. Moreno, on the other hand, actually really played well. You know, Moreno was unlucky to get injured, and then obviously Robinson's come in, and the rest is history, as we say. So we kick off in the second half, and it was kind of much, you know, similar. What I just don't understand is why you would play such a strong team, because he obviously played pretty much a first 11. Obviously he's going to make some changes here and there for the weekend, but he's used in the second half basically all our main players. You know, Mo Salah's come on. He's brought on Danny Ings, which I felt sorry for Danny Ings in relation to I would like to have seen him play 90 minutes. I would like to have seen Dom Solanke play 90 minutes. I think he could have changed a lot more and still came out with the same result. I think those players would have been a little bit hungry in relation to putting down a marker for the rest of the season. I don't know that they're going to get any game time unless there's some severe injuries. So that's my only question in relation to the team that Klopp put out. But I'm not mad at Klopp. I just, you know, Jordan Henderson's pulled up at the end of the game with some sort of hip injury, thigh injury. So I'm a little concerned now. I was a little surprised to see him play 90 minutes or thereabouts. And again, bringing on Salah was a little bit of a head scratcher for me. But you know what? There's method to his madness. I think he's talking about, you know, confidence and keeping these players confident. Second half kind of pitted out. We had another good chance. James Milner should have scored, to be fair. Ball comes in and he's sliding for a cross. It was a beautiful overlap again on the left hand side, and the ball was cut back from the lawn. It didn't even look. It was like a no look cross into the centre. And Milner's kind of slid at the ball, and he's missed the goal by a good 15 yards, I would say 10 or 15 yards wide, when he really should have scored. And you know, there wasn't really too much going on. Liverpool could have won it. Porto were never going to score. If Liverpool come away with a 1-0 win or a 2-0 win, I wouldn't have begrudged them it. But you know, I think Porto's fans were absolutely brilliant. Porto's fans sang the entire game, and they really were the atmosphere. I think if, as a Liverpool fan, I would have been a little bit disappointed if I was going to the match for the first time, because like I said, it really offered nothing. There was nothing really for Liverpool to do, being 5-0 up, and it looks like they were protecting themselves for Saturday's big encounter against the dirty scum Manchester United, which I fully understand, because you know what, you want to play in a game like this. We want to cement second place, and with those stuffy buttes basically getting second place in relation to the Crystal Palace game, where they're 2-0 down, and Mourinho's lucky tactics of just bringing on as many fast kids as he could to run at Crystal Palace, and let's be honest, Palace bottled it. Gave United a lucky 3-2 win, and it was lucky. The goals were down. Lukaku's goal was handball. The referee should have spotted that and overruled it. And you know, Palace would not have deserved to win the game 2-1. They deserve something out of the game. But anyway, I'd rather go to Old Trafford needing to win to take second place. So isn't it nice that we need 5 wins from the last few games to cement ourselves in the Champions League, and anything other than that is a bonus, you know. If you told me at the start of the season that we would be in the last 16 of the Champions League and in the top 4 going off the back of March, I would have been saying, and you know what, I'll take your hand off with that. 100%. I think, again, it's exciting times to be a Red. It's exciting time to support Liverpool. No matter where you are around the world, whether you're in Liverpool, in England, in America, in Canada, in South Africa, in Zimbabwe, wherever you are around the world, it's a great time to be a Red, and I'm excited for next season. I'm excited for our run, and we've got some big games in relation to going to Stamford Bridge, going to those buttes across the park, going to Everton. I think we've got to go to the Emirates. Nearly called it Highbury there. You know, all games. We're not going to fear these away games, and I think the rest of the games are pretty you know, pretty good games. So again, looking forward to the draw, as we are through to the last 8 of the Champions League. Huge achievements. I've got the number 14. Oh yeah, it's the 14th time. 14 somewhere on my jacket. There you go. There it is. Number 14 there somewhere. Yeah. It's the 14th time Liverpool have been in the last 8 of the Champions League. That's fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. So hopefully, again, doesn't really matter who we get at this point. We'll be feared by any team. We'll be feared by absolutely any team going into the last 8 of the Champions League. Job done. So, again, my name's been Mark Dutton. This has been a very cold state of emergency coming tonight from the Governor of New Jersey. Cofferer. Liverpool 0, FC Porto 0. Not a lot to talk about really. Professional job done. You'll never walk alone, everybody. And like I said, we march on to the last 8, get the flag out, a little bit of wave. You'll see how windy it is here. Look how windy that is. That's craziness. Absolutely crazy. Alright, Reds, and you'll never walk alone. Ta-da, Reds, ta-da. Liverpool versus Manchester United Saturday morning. We're coming for you, Manchester. We're coming for you, Jose Mourinho. This red machine is gonna smash you. Let's have it, Liverpool. Let's get behind your team. Let's enjoy the game. Let's destroy Old Trafford. You'll never walk alone, Reds. You'll never walk alone.